everybody. Welcome to another round of Canje Plays, and today we're going to be getting into Astro Knights by Indie Board and Cards. This is a complete review copy. I received it from a really cool Mike over at One Stop Co-op Shop who sent it to just say, hey, you want to give this game a shot? Thank you. So I got that and I was able to try it out, so I appreciate it, Mike. Thank you. We are going to go through playing some of this, just explaining a little bit of the differences. I do have the printed out rule book just in case I have any questions, because there are some differences to Aeon's End here, which people may like, they may not like. We'll see, right? Hey, Yogi, Kate, and Adam, welcome, welcome. Wake up, wake up, wake up and pull up a chair. Pull up your chairs. Wake up. We got some more games to play. So, morning. So we're gonna get into this. Like I said, I have the rules next to me here just in case, because there are some differences, but it's essentially Aeon's End in space. But there are differences, which could be a good thing. So we're gonna find out when we play through it and have some fun. You're here with your coffee. Great. So this game is currently on Kickstarter. We'll go check out the Kickstarter page when we get down to the table, talk about it a little bit, and then hop into the game so you can see. So you make the best decision for money on what you want to buy. Okay, so before we begin, I want to say thank you to my Patreons. I appreciate you so much. And thank you to my YouTube subscribers. I appreciate you as well. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that happened this week, so that's why I was like, I'm all over the place. All right, so it before 7 a.m. on my day off, Canje, I'm going back to sleep after. Okay, you have to wake up. It's the sun is out. Sun's out, right? The sun is out, right? It's gonna be fun. Fun. All right, let's get some information, and then we'll get kickstarted and get down to the table, or vice versa. All right. Ooh, that looks terrible that it has that white line on it because it didn't have it earlier. Okay, there we go. All right, so Astro Knights, which re-implements Aeon's End, which Aeon's End re-implements Astro Knights, because Aeon's End was a re-implementation of Astro Knights, and now they're re-releasing Astro Knights. I'm assuming with updated graphics, and seeing how it plays, some little bit of tweaks, a faster drop to the table. Not a lot of stuff in terms of, and we'll talk about the different types of setup, because the setup of this game is different than the setup for Aeon's End, which I love Aeon's End. I think it's great. I think this might be a little bit better when it comes to the setup of the bosses, because in Aeon's End you do the you take it's like this pool, and then you pull from the pool, but then there's the boss set, and then you shuffle all those together, and that becomes the boss deck. In Astro Knights, the boss has a deck. There's no pulling from different resources to build the deck. It has a deck. So you just get those together and build them up. Verbiage has changed, but the abilities are still the same, if that makes sense. So, for instance, in Aeon's End, you have breaches. In this game, you have slots. So, but those slots you can open up without having to turn the breach until you flip it over. You just open the slot to be able to use a weapon or a spell, right? The next big thing that changed is the market. The market has sadly no sun. We have a mini blizzard. Oh no! Yikes! So hopefully it's a blizzard. Like it was here. Yeah, that'd be too cold for me. That'd be too cold for me. So another difference that happens in Astro Knights, like I said, is the supply pool. Right before, it was 9 cards. You can random generate. You can random generate the market, but once you picked your 9 cards, you knew what you were getting every time you bought something. In Astro Knights, the market is there are different types, but the market is varied, which means that, and you'll see when I get down table what that means. It means that you're not always going to know what you get, because you're going to actually shuffle those cards and then place them down. So you'll know what the first card is on each deck of the market, but not what follows after. Then there is in the market there's these tech cards, and you can overcharge the tech cards, which is a one-time burn, to do something, and then they go at the bottom of the tech deck. So they don't come to your hand, you just use them and lose them immediately. They're like instances that you instantly pay for, and then you just shuffle those through. That's how the market's different. So it provides that variety where someone can't really strategize based on the market, um, if that makes sense. But the it was extremely straightforward. It was just funny having to explain to them all the light accessories were not now landfill. Say what? I am missing a conversation. All right, so the other thing that's happening on here is that's different from Aeon's End is your Gravehold, right? And for people who've played Aeon's End, Gravehold was the city. All it did was just sat there and took damage, and if Gravehold fell, you lost it. In Astro Knights, you have a Homeworld. It's the same effect. There's a Homeworld. It has health. If it drops to 0, you lose the game. However, your Homeworld gets an ability that you can power up and activate. So the Homeworld can help you instead of sitting there and just watching buildings crumble and people die. So that is something. This game is played. You can play it true solo, which I'm going to play today. But I think the best parts of this game is where it's 2 to 4, like going from the 2 to 4 player range. The more Astro Knights you add, the more varied the game becomes, and then more interesting. It's okay. So, the other thing that's going on with the bosses, where usually what are they called? I'm pulling my brain for Aeon's End. What the bosses are called? They're called Nemesis. The Nemesis. The Nemesis on this, they're pretty essentially the same. Like I said, except for they come with their own deck, and that's the deck you use, nothing else. But they also level up, and there's a lose condition now added to the Nemesis, where if the Nemesis levels up, which adds difficulty. So think about when you played Aeon's End, when you draw from the level 1 to the level 2 cards, the level 2 cards, the level 3 cards. This one is now that stuff is attached to the Nemesis, and yeah, the Nemesis. Yep. And so what you do is as when the Nemesis's deck depletes and is empty, you level up the Nemesis. And then you reshuffle the deck, put it back down, and play through again. When that deck is depleted, you level it up again, and it gets harder. And then from there, if you cannot level it up anymore, it's reached its ultimate power form, and you lose the game. So many more ways to lose. And we'll get into all that. But your character still stays the same. You got your starting health. You've got your charges that you can get to use your ultimate ability, and you have your breaches, which are called slots, but they're easier to open on this one. So you will see a lot of those themes when we get down to it. Name me Seuss's. Nemesis? Nemesi? What's the plural of nemesis? Nemesis or nemesi? So let's get the Kickstarter up for Astro Knights, and I'll show you around that. Let's hop down to the table so you can kind of start seeing this stuff. And this is kind of the beginning of that whole setup, and we'll go through this entire setup real quick. I just want to show you the Kickstarter for it real quick, because there's 5 days left. It's funded pretty well, and one day it will load. Okay, so let us take a look at you. Oop. Okay, so it's fully funded, right? They got a pretty good set of backers, but it's got 5 days left on it. If you're interested after you see this playthrough to see if it's worth your money, if you want to spend your money on it. They're big story, 1 to 4 players. Yes, you can play this game true solo, which you'll see me do today. There is setup rules for that stuff. Backer requested upgrades, so there's some upgrades that are coming to it. You have your hero starter decks like you saw before. You never shuffle your deck. You just place it down and then pull it back over. There are the different knights that you're using. I'm going to be using Nasma, that's who I'll be using for my playthrough. But the different sets that you have, some milestone rewards, new knights that are coming in. It tells you kind of the run through of how to play. They call them the bosses now instead of the nemesis. But in this box in the preview box came 4 of them. Furion, which we're gonna play first, who is a challenge rating of 2. There's Architect 0815, who's a 5. There is Continua, an 8, and Lunaris, an 8, which are really hard bosses to play. So, but there's also milestone rewards of Fission Parasite, which is a 4. And what do you get with the game? Well, you get your knights plus the unlocked stretch scrolls and milestones. They're called fuel, so instead of getting gems and spells, it's called now fuel and weapon cards. There's tech cards that you can use to upgrade, like I said, the different boss boards that are coming, the different boss decks that are coming, the level ups that are happening with them, the turn order cards, which you've seen 10 billion times over. I think they could do a little bit better than these cylinders, to be honest. But the health dials, which are not included in the preview, but you will get health dials. I prefer health dials because Marvel Champions showed me the way. And then just different people who've gone through it. So just something to keep in mind of what's coming and what you can get. So this looks like a fuel card and more to come as it goes. So a lot more people who are well known in the community have covered this game already, and you can see it for yourself. So you can determine how you want to play the game. All right. So this is our nemesis, or who is Furion. And just like in Aeon's End, if you flip this over, it gives a scouting report, just some little flavor text about the boss, right? I'll hold it up here for people who want to pause later on and read what that is. One day. There we go. So he has some flavor text. 60 health to start, and then setup, it kind of tells you how to set it up. Yeah, there were dials in Aeon's End. There were dials. And challenge rating 2. They had dials in there. So it's a challenge rating 2 for Furion. He starts off with his artillery deck, which is here. That starts off at 0. And we'll get to see what the artillery deck does because it says rules. At the end of the boss turn, if the artillery deck is at 3 or higher, perform the following. So if it goes to 3, stuff starts happening. Decrease. Repeat until it's less than 3. So if it gets up to 9, we keep repeating drawing artillery cards until that happens. So here's another thing that's different from the base game, from Aeon's End. These cards, which are the bosses, these are the bosses' action cards, right? What they do whenever it's the boss turn. If you look at the bottom here, and let me see. If you look at the bottom of this, you see this 3+, 4, 2+, 4, 2+4. This is how the game kind of scales to the amount of players that you want. What you do is, if I'm playing solo, I grab the ones that say all or it's just blank, and that goes into, I'll shuffle that and put that down there. And then these go into discard. When the nemesis levels up, right now it's at level 1, but when it levels up, all of this gets shuffled into here, and that becomes the next deck that you play with the nemesis. Okay? This is his ability deck, which I need to shuffle that for shenanigans as well, because that's the artillery deck, which probably means that's how he's going to punch me in the face really, really hard. And we'll see where it goes from there, and then these are its level cards. And on these cards, it's the same thing both sides, but I think there is an expert and there is a nightmare mode for this game. Even in here, there are those cards like this. This card says if you want to play in expert mode, add these rules. If you want to play in nightmare mode, add these rules. Yeah, I'm not doing any of that. Sorry. So he starts off with 60 health. We got the turn order cards on here. These are the ones I sleeve because these are the ones that I'm going to be using most often. just like Aeon Zen. For me, I get 3 turns, and I don't know. I'm not looking at them because I want to shuffle them. But I get 3 turns. The boss gets 2. In true solo to try to see how I'll fight him. The Homeworld has health here, which starts off at 27, as you can see there. They're shielding. And then they have this ability that's on their Homeworld card, and I'll hold that up for you to see. So it says, activate during any player's main phase. Players collectively power up 5 times. So that's the Homeworld's ability. So you have to find cards that tell you, okay, well, power up Homeworld. And then you could level it up, level it up, level it up. So once you power it up to full, you use the ability and then it goes back to 0. So it's basically the Homeworld charging, right? Like how you did in Aeon Zen with your Breach Mage. This is the market. So there's I have to find out the proper names because I don't want to screw this up. Let's set up, and I will tell you what they're called. Here it is. So the supply. There are. What are they called? The supply deck holds the cards that are stronger. So he said what the symbols were, but I can't remember to find. So these are the different types, and I can tell they're different because at the bottom left there's different symbols. That's what makes up the supply type. But there's fuel, weapons, tech that's on here. Fuel, weapons, tech. That's what this game is made up of. I just can't remember the name of the different symbols of what the cards are. That's okay. Thing's still the same. But all of these are different. The cards are not the same as you build up the supply. So what you do is you take them, shuffle them up, so shuffle them separately and place them face. You do that. And then it says you place them face down on the table and flip the first one face up. So you never know what you're going to get. So you flip this over. The first thing I'm going to get is Chromium Halo for this one. It costs 4. Oh yes, Shuffling Yogi. Prepare for it. It gives you 2 fuel, and fuel is Aether, right? That's what you use to buy stuff with. So it gives you 2 of that. Any player gains 1 health if I use it. It gives you 2 energy, I think is what it's called. Instead of Aether, it's energy. Yeah, it's energy. So it gives you are able to buy things with energy, aka Aether, and you use your weapons in your slots, aka Breach. So a lot of correlation to the shuffle this up, flip this over. This one is Solaris Cell. So perfect. This is a good one to see here. Resist the bad shuffle. This says, when I buy it, the Homeworld powers up and I gain 2 energy. So I can power up the Homeworld when I buy this immediately, and then when I use the card, I can gain 2 energy to buy. I'm just doing this. You want me to shuffle it? I don't want to mess it up. I don't want to mess it up, so I'm gonna just be real kind with it. Real gentle. Isn't that now you know why I like it, or now you know why you like to watch me play it? Peacekeeper, attack, deal 5 damage. If this defeats a minion, any player powers up and gains 1 health. So that means they charge. Power up equal charge. Yeah. Shuffle these, flip this over. Scrambler. Equip. Return a fuel you played this turn to your hand. So as soon as I equip it, that happens, and then I can use it as a weapon too. So when I put it in a slot, so equipping is preparing a spell. I'm just going to draw the correlations between Aeon Zen and this game to help ease the transition. So when it says equip, that means prepping. And when you use it, it deals 6 damage, but it costs 8 energy. Now this tech, this is the one I've been talking about. Magnetic holster. Any player gains a slot. Any ally equips a weapon for 3 costs. When I pay this, because this is tech, it says tech right there. When I pay this, this doesn't go to my hand. This gets used and then put at the bottom of the deck, and the ability triggers. So it never goes, tech never goes to your hand. So we will shuffle this up, final one on top. So as you can see, strategy changes a bit from Aeon's End, where once you pick the deck that you're going to do for the market, it doesn't guarantee that you're going to get the same. There's not a, I think there's one other magnetic holster in there, but the entire deck is not magnetic holster. And then we got Repulsor. Ooh, weapon, attack, deal 2 damage, the Homeworld gains 1 health. Alright, so we have the Homeworld's health, we have the Homeworld's charts, we've dealt with this area. We've done the setup for the boss. I need to shuffle this. Furion has 60 health, which was on the back. I put that on this card up here. We'll shuffle these up. And his artillery starts at 0, so as it builds, that's his kind of ability. Now that means that he's going to go to level 2 quick, only because I only have 2 cards in his starting deck. So that's what goes there. I never shuffle my deck. I'll get to me in a second. But the turn order cards, I sleeve these, like I said, because this is the one I'm going to be shuffling the most. So I'll give these a good shuffle before we get into it. Okay. Put that down. And then we have Nazma. Nazma has 10 health. She starts off with 1 slot open for each. She has 1 power. Well, her power starts at 0. Charge. Once she charges up to full, activate during your, and I'll hold this up so you can get a better view. Activate during your main phase. Any ally draws 3 cards, then they may destroy a card in hand. So she's utility. But in this game, an ally's me since I'm playing solo. On the back, you have a personnel file for them. So it says her name, her designation, where she's from, kind of some flavor text on her, but this is the part that you care about, which is her starting hand. So on her starting hand, she gets 3 power cores, 1 molecular edge, 1 blaster. In her starting deck, it's 4 power cores and 1 blaster that she gets. So I've put those in here, as you see, 1 blaster, 4 power cores as her deck. No shuffle. Put it right there. And then in her hand, she has 3 power cores, 1 blaster, and 1 molecular edge. And her molecular edge is her special ability. You see this in Aeon's End 10 billion times over. So her ability is attack, deal 1 damage, and gain 1 energy that she can use. So that's kind of what she has. Alright, so her starting health will be at 10. And these are, like I said, these are... Don't look at these, okay, are these the final products? No, this is all prototype. So they will change. They may change. They may not. Yeah. But so far, they are just prototypes. Keep that in mind. Okay, so that's pretty much it. Otherwise, we get into a game of Aeon's End Astro Knights, Aeon's End in space, and see how things play out. So first things first, we got to deal with the turn order. That's me. That's me. So I go first. So I have power cores, which give me energy or aether. And I have blasters and I have molecular edge. Well, over here on her, it says to unlock a slot, I need to pay 3 energy, which I have 3 right here. So I'm going to unlock that slot with that. And then I'm going to prep or equip my two spells, aka weapons, just like that. That's it. And then I discard. So I will discard these. Draw up 5 to my hand, which I already know what I'm getting, a blaster and 4 power cores. And that ends my first go. Next up. Me again, yay! Look at me go. It's scary because that means the boss is going to attack me twice. So I'm going to fire off here. So I'm going to attack and gain 1 energy. So I attack the boss, hitting him for 1. Boop. This goes to discard. I attack him again, hit him for another. Pew, pew. And that goes to discard. And then it is my turn. So I will equip that, and I've got 4 to spend. I'm going to get a Chromium Halo from here for these 4. So I will buy this, which gain 2 energy. Any player gains 1 health, because I know I'm going to get punched in the face. So I'll buy that for these 4. That ends my turn. Remember, never shuffle. Flip, put down, draw 5. I already know kind of what I'm getting, right? Alrighty. So next turn, boss turn. So on the boss turn, like I said, I always want to make sure I do this right. Flip over this. Resolve the activate effect on the level token if there is one. There isn't. Resolve the activate effect on each of the minions in play. There isn't. Then draw a card from the boss deck. So it says Titan Land Rover. When Titan Land Rover is defeated, destroy it. Activate. Any player suffers 2 damage. So once again, it's a minion. It comes in with 4 health. Don't like using their tokens, so I should have. Lovely. So it has 4 health on it. Okay. Cool. If it is a strike, immediately resolve it as a minion. Place it into play with the number of health tokens shown in the heart on the right side of the card. If there's a level token in play, add an additional health token. That's right, they get more health as the boss levels up. And that is that for the boss turn. So the boss doesn't get to punch me in the face. Ooh. At the end of the boss turn, if the artillery track is at 3, it is not. Draw and resolve the top card of the artillery deck if that happens. We're good. Alright, so next up, my turn. Alright, dude. I'm gonna shoot you for 1, taking you down to 3 health. The boss is gonna hit me next. So let me equip. And I've got 3. Let's see what's next in here. Antimatter current. If I had a weapon, I would do the magnetic holster, so I need to buy a weapon, which I will. I got 3. I'm gonna buy the repulsor weapon that's here. So the repulsor weapon, I'll hold this up so you can see, says repulsor weapon, deal 2 damage, the Homeworld gains 1 health for 3. So put that in discard, put my 3 here. And we know what's happening next, which is boss turn. So in that order, we are going to activate any boss abilities. Nope. We're going to activate any abilities of this monster. Yes. It says resolve the activate effect of each minion in play from oldest to newest. So this says activate. Any player suffers 2 damage. Boop, boop. I take 2 damage. Slide it over. Then we draw the next card, which is Unrelenting Onslaught. The Homeworld suffers 3 damage, increase the artillery track by 1. And the Homeworld suffers 1, 2, 3 damage. And that is a strike, which means it happens immediately, and then it's discarded. And that is a round of it. I mean, you've seen Anne's End, like I said. It's kind of similar. So then you reshuffle this. And let's see what happens next. Actually, I'll put this up here. And now the next time I have to draw a card, the boss will level up. And it's going to get nastier. I've only hit him for like 2 damage. Okay, so shuffle those up. My turn. Boss turn. So the boss turn, any boss abilities? Nope. Minion abilities. Yep, I take 2 damage. 1, 2. Then the boss goes to draw a card. He isn't, so he levels up. So we grab the level up card. And level up card says, in really, really blurry vision. Hey, what's up, Brian? So it says, instance, minions in play gain 4 health, activate, increase the artillery track by 1, and minions who enter play from now on start with 4 extra health. You see that at the bottom? And that's his level 2 ability. So the level 2 ability goes here. This now becomes, and I'll pull this down a little bit. The area of play has gotten a little bit more hectic. So instant, you're going to heal to 4 to full. So he goes back to full health. The minion goes back to full health. We turn these over, shuffle this up, as this is now the new deck, and then we get to draw a card. Yay! The artillery track won't activate until the next turn, so that doesn't activate now, but a card does come out now, which is a strike. Increase the artillery track by 1. 2. Any player suffers damage equal to the current value of the artillery track. If the boss is level 2, destroy this card. So 1, 2, because it's at level 2, and this card is destroyed. Is gone. Okay. We can come back from this. So let me draw my 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright. So my turn. Okay, I've got the Chromium Halo, which will give me some health. I've got Power Core. I've just got nothing but buy power right now. That's all that's here, is just pure buy power. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to deal a damage to you, taking you down to 3. And I gain an energy. Then I'm going to shoot you again, taking you down to 2. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm 1 away from getting this card. 1 away. I could use my ult, right? Because I've got 7. I need it. The power-ups charges is the same as Anzen, is 2 per. So I get 2, 4, 6. So I get up to 3, but not 4. Actually, I could buy. Forgot to flip this guy over. Deal 3 damage and power up. Deal 5 damage. If this defeats a minion, any player powers up and gains 1 health. Ooh, that's for 6. That's a buy. I'm gonna buy that. I gain 1 health for using this card, and I'll put this back and then these on top. However the order I want to do it. Oh wait, God. Now it's my turn and I could do it. Save the card, Canje. Save the cards. They start with 4 health, but this minion doesn't start with 4. Basically, he started with 4. I knocked him down to 3 just to make sure, Gazumi. You're saying it's 7. No, this does not mean. This says when minions enter with. Let me hold that up to show you. So sorry if I didn't explain that properly. So let me explain it properly. It specifically says here at the bottom, minions enter with +4 health. If there is a minion that's already on here, he doesn't get the +4 health. That's how he starts off. But any other minion coming into the future will have +4 health. So if this creature was now drawn here, it would have been 8 health instead of 4. But since this one was already out, he just instantly healed. It says they gain 4 health up to their max. It's not that they overcharge. It would just be that they would go back to 4 and then play, if that makes sense. So that only applies to, and then that is not an overcharge. It just takes them back up to full, so you got to deal with them again. And I played that. I drew the card because I was like, I got discombobulated. But that's what I bought. Okay. And it was player 3, luckily. I would have just assumed that the starting health doesn't matter from the gaining 4 health. No, yeah, but it does. So, okay, so I drew that. That was when I went. I put these back on top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Never shuffle. Next up is me again. Okay, I've got the repulsor that I'm going to slot. And I've got the blaster that I'm going to slot, and I've got 3 to buy. If I had another weapon card in my hand, I would use this magnetic holster for sure. I am actually going to... I really should start powering up. But not yet. Not yet. I'm going to spend 2 of these to buy the Solaris cells, which when I buy it, I power up the Homeworld by 1. And when I use it, I'll gain 2 energy. And then 1 is a waste, so I'll put that away. Yeah, it would. It would say that because it said minions enter with. And so it would take less to take it. Alright, so next up, boss turn. So any abilities activate. Increase the artillery track by 1. Boom. You activate. Hit me for 2. 1, 2. Then this says at the end, that's at the end of the boss turn will determine what happens there. It's at 3. So that's at the end of the boss turn. So first we'll draw a card. Unrelenting Onslaught. The Homeworld suffers 3 damage. Increase the artillery track by 1. 1, 2, 3. Artillery track goes to 4. Not cool. And this is discarded. So I'll put discard right here. Then we look at the end of the boss turn. If artillery track is at 3 or higher, perform the following. Draw and resolve the top card of the artillery deck, then place it in the artillery discard. So we grab this. Artillery, my words. Right here. The player with the most slots suffer 2 damage. Ugh. 1, 2. And what's Kazumi saying? In the card overview, it says minions don't have a max health value, page 6, bullet 3. Minion cards have health which can be depleted by depleting them damage. If the health of the minion falls to 0, minions have no max health. Okay. There you go. Alright, so let's see, where are we? Artillery. The player with the most slots suffer 2 damage, which I did, and then this is placed. Let's see, then place it in the artillery. Oh god, place it in discard. Decrease decrease track by 3. 1, 2, 3. Repeat until the track is at least 3. Track cannot be increased past 9. Cool. Okay, next turn. I need to draw my 5. 1, 2, 4, 5. 2. Alright, now I have. Cool. Now I can use an ability. So first thing I'm gonna do is shoot you for 2, taking you down to 3, and the Homeworld gains 1 health. Then I'm gonna shoot you for 1, taking you down to 2. Then I'm going to equip Molecular Edge, Peacemaker, and I'm going to spend these 3. I'm going to spend these 3 Chromium Halo for 2, and I gain a health, and Power Core, so that's 3, to hit Magnetic Holster. So it says when I use Magnetic Holster to overcharge, any player gains a slot, and an ally equips a weapon. Cool. Then that goes to the bottom. It's all right. Yeah, don't worry about it. We all make mistakes in gaming. All right, so don't worry about it. Okay, so that's that overcharge. That ends that. I'll drop my 5 in a second. Because when I get exhausted, in true solo play, when you become exhausted, there's an ability, there's a thing that happens. And I'll run through the document to make sure that we play it right. So Kazumi was correct. They don't have, so I guess they just keep increasing health, which, yikes. And we'll see what happens. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Flip. 4 and 5. They got lots of energy this time. Okay, so first up, me. All right, I'm going to shoot the blaster for 1, and then shoot again for 1, killing this. So it says destroy it when it's dead. So destroyed. So, and I get 1 energy for that, and then I'm going to do the Peacekeeper on the boss. So it says deal 5. If this defeats, any player powers up and gains a health. I just want to hit you for 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So I've got 1 from that. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ugh. Darn it. This one says deal 4 damage. You may return a weapon from your discard pile to your hand. And this one says deal 3 damage and power up for a 4. So I can get a 4 and a 3. You may destroy a card in your hand or discard pile. Any ally may draw a card and then discard a card. Or I could gain 3 energy. You may destroy the top card of any supply deck. 2 energy. You may destroy the top card of any supply deck. I might do this for the power up because I have 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, and that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. All right, so I've got 7. I need some attack. No matter what, I need attack. So I could do. Yeah, that might work. So I'll spend an ability to get it back. Actually, I'm going to do this one for a Lightning Cutlass for 4, which will do 3 damage, so just get a little bit of a punch. Hey, look at that. And the Homeworld gains 1 health for the repulsor, so I'll buy that. That's my 7. And put those there. Draw my 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, I placed them in the order that I wanted. So then that ends my turn. Next up, me again. 1, 2, and 3. Is there anything to heal? Really need. I don't need an extra slot. There's my ability is in. I'll spend these 3 to draw the phase shield, which is deal 2 damage to Homeworld, and the Homeworld powers up. Look. Say what? Luckily, he doesn't have to shuffle the card away, so we can't see what he's doing. Yeah, y'all can see it. Yeah. And then 1. This. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Well, we already know what these are, right? Look at that. 4 attacks. And with this 2, I can't equip all. Which would have been cool if I could, but we'll see. All right. So that ends my turn, right? Yes. Yes. I drew up. So I'm done. Next. Boss turn. Increase the artillery by 1. There's no other instance because I'm tired of getting shot in the face. Next, it's a strike. Improvised weaponry. Increased artillery track by 2. Any player discards a card in their hand that costs 1 energy or more. So 1, 2. Great. That's a 0 cost. 0 cost 6. Oh no! Oh no! I'm probably gonna lose this card. It says it costs 1 or more, or else I have to dump the blaster, but the blaster's 0. And this is 3 damage and a power up, and this is 5 damage and a power up. I don't want to lose those. So I'm gonna dump that. Awesome. Then It is above 3, so we resolve an artillery. Void Charge Mortar. The Homeworld suffers 2 damage, any player suffers 1 damage. So 1, 2. Player suffers 1 damage. I'm down to 1 health. Oh, you don't go there. You go there. Okay. Yeah, because the strike happened from here and then that. And then we drop it by 3. 1, 2, 3 goes back to 1. Next turn. My turn. So I'm going to attack you for 2. 1, 2. Homeworld gains 1 health. And then I'm going to shoot you again for 1. And I'm going to start equipping stuff. So 1, 2, 3. Hang on to that guy. And I am going to draw up. 1, 2, 3, 4. You really don't. So I got Repulsor, which will be a nice weapon, add, and then 3 energy. Okay. We know what's coming. We know what's coming. So 1 here. This card, fire support, minion. So instead of coming in with 6, they get the +4. Yay. Yay. So they come in with 10 health. Alright, so I increased the artillery. You came out, activate. Does not happen until the activate phase. If Furin is level 3, any player suffers 3 damage. Oh no. Okay, well at least you don't punch me in the face. Then we check the track. It's only at 2, so we're okay. We're good. Ugh. When I go down to 0, I don't die. And like I said, I'll read from the book I'll read from the manual to say exactly what happened. But I don't die. I don't die yet. Okay. Player number 2. All right, sir. I'm going to deal. You have 10 health. I can only hit you for 9. I hate you so much. I hate you so much. So I thought it was 6 and I'd be able to do somebody has 10 health. So 6. So I'm going to hit you for 5. Knock you down to 5 health. 5. There's a 5 on this die somewhere. There it is. 5 health. If. If this defeats a minion, any player powers up and gains a health. Didn't defeat him, or else I'd have played it in an order, which it would have been beneficial to me. But then I will deal 3 damage to him, taking him down to 2 health. That's right. It's gonna be 1 health shy of killing him. And I power up 1. And then I'm going to deal 1 damage to him, knocking him down to 1 health. And I gain a charge or an energy. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I got 2 lovely weapons to throw at your face. So I got 4. I'm gonna charge twice with 4. Yeah, I'm gonna charge twice. 1, 2. So you're saying there's a chance. Player number 3, there we go. So I'm gonna shoot you for 1, killing you. Get the heck out of here. Suck. Get out of here. You're dead. And then I'm gonna blast the boss for 2. 1, 2. Homeworld gains 1 health. And I didn't draw my 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So I've got Power Core, Solar Cells, Face Shields, Power Core. Well, boom. That's going there for sure. So 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I'm gonna buy the Grav Hammer. Deal 4 damage. You may return a weapon from your discard pile to your hand. And I will put these back in that order. Over. And then draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alrighty. Hey, I got rid of him before he could be horrible to me. Like now. So we'll increase the track by 1. Okay. Draw a Fury card. Oh no. Wrath the Conqueror. He is Wrath the Conqueror, and he comes in with 9 health. When it activates, any player suffers 1 damage, or 1 player collectively discards 2 cards. If the boss is level 2 or higher, do both. Yay! Yay! So it's a 3. He comes in with, he has 9 health. And the artillery stuff kicks off. Void Charge Mortar. The Homeworld suffers 2 damage. Any player suffers 1. 1, 2. And any player suffers 1 damage. That takes me to 0. Let's go to what happens. So, solo rules. You can play solo you can play solo as multi-separate knights where you control all of these knights. If you choose to play like this, just follow the rules normal. When playing only one knight, you are your own ally. For example, if the card says power up an ally, you can power it up yourself. You don't lose the game when you're exhausted. Additionally, there are only 3 play turn cards in the turn order deck. Otherwise, play the game as normal. And let's talk about what happens when you become exhausted. So if a player is reduced to 0, the player is exhausted. Each boss has a special effect that resolves when a player becomes exhausted. See the exhausted section of the boss map for this specific effect. The exhausted player continues to participate in the game as usual with the following exception. Okay, so let's resolve. It says increase the artillery deck by a track by 3. This would have gone down to 3 because of that card. This would have gone down to 0. Increase it to 3. Increase it by 3. Okay. Then exhausted players cannot gain health. When a card deals damage to the player with the lowest health, it always deals that damage to the non-exhausted player with the lowest health. When an exhausted player suffers damage, instead deal twice that amount of damage to the homeworld. This includes excess damage when a player initially becomes exhausted. If a player becomes exhausted, the game ends immediately, but instead in true solo mode, it doesn't. When the homeworld burns, that's when it's over. So, yay. I don't get any more health. I don't lose slots. It didn't say I lost any slots. It just said all damage gets doubled to the homeworld from now on. Thank you, Furion. That hurt. Okay, who's next? Oh my god. No! So, any player suffers 2 damage, or players collectively discard 2 cards, but I have to do both because the boss is at level 2. So, first, let's tick that up by 1. Then, Homeworld's gonna get hit for 2 damage. Then I have to discard 2 cards. I will never be able to play Chromium Halo ever again. I need the damage. Okay, then this happens. Any player suffers 4 damage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yay! Oof! Oof, I say. And this will go down by 3. 1, 2, 3. Yikes. Okay, well, I know I'm next. So I'm going to hit this guy for 2. Take him down to 8. Sorry, 7. And Homeworld powers up 1. Yep, I did double that. And then I'm going to put these 3. Oh my word. So you see where the game can pile on pretty fast. So we'll just shuffle these up. Oh, Ah, God. All right. Who's going first? I am. Okay, so I'm going to hit you for 2 with Repulsor for this one, taking him to 5. Homeworld gains 1 health. And then I'm going to hit him for 5 with Peacekeeper to kill him. And it says he is defeated. This card isn't destroyed. Deal 5 damage. If this defeats a minion, any player powers up 1 and gains a health. I can't gain a health, but I sure shoot and can power up, which I will do. And then I will use my ability. Activate during your main phase, which is what's going on right now. Any ally draws 3 cards, then they may destroy a card in hand. They may. So then I'll hit the boss for 1. And then we'll draw 3. 1, 2, 3. Using my ability. Yay, attack, attack. And I got 1. Yay. That's wasted. So let's put that away. And that will be my turn. Drop 5. 1, 2, 4, 5. Power cores, blasters, and more stuff to do. I got the gravity hammer, which might be able to get me back a card in my discard. But let's see what goes on next. Oh boy. Oh boy. So activate. Draw a card. The homeworld suffers 4 damage. Now that's not on me. That's just on the homeworld. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's not doubled. Damage to me. When an exhausted player suffers damage, is doubled on the homeworld. That is on page 23. So that is a strike. That happens is gone. We checked the track, and it's at 2, so we're okay. I drew my cards. My cards are right here. If you didn't see them, my cards are right there. I drew them. Boss turn again. Yay. Cool. Cool. The player with the most slots suffer 2 damage and discards a card in hand and increase the track by 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4. It's going bad quick. It's going bad fast. Let me check that track. Yep, draw this. The player with the most expensive card equipped discards that card. Equipped. Suck. Okay. Shuffle this card and all of the cards in the artillery discard pile face down into the deck. Cool. And then decrease by 3. Yeah, I drew up a hand. I drew up a hand of 5. Okay. That makes me sad. Okay. So next player's turn, which is me, of course. I'm going to shoot the boss for 1. And then I will gain a charge from that. So earn energy. So that's 1, 2, 3. Got 3 spaces to drop this down. And I've got 3. I'm going to get the Disruptor Pistol. Why? Because I got 3. Let me open up the last slot. That's what I'll do. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5. So I've got nothing but energy. Nothing but. Okay, so we know that the last turn's mine. And that's a shame that I had to draw that. My discard pile went away because it would have been like, you may return a weapon card from your discard pile to your hand. But because of the drawdown, I had to I don't have a discard pile anymore. So we'll do 4, 5, 6, 7 damage to him, and the homeworld will gain 1 health. 7 damage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hey, I got him in the 30s. So, boom. Then we'll do 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I cannot seem to get that 8. I'll do the 5 for the particle cannon. Lose the last one. Okay. You can leave a weapon equipped once you have the slot open. It's just like, consider the slots exactly like breaches. The only difference is you can't focus a slot. You either open it or it's not open. So that if you have something in a slot and you don't want to use it, you don't have to. You can just leave it. I could have left it there and then pulled it back next round like the one that I just bought. That's actually a really good strategy, Yogi. I did not think about that. That's actually an excellent strategy. I could have just said, I'm not going to use it this round, save it for a big blast next round. So you are correct. Okay. Turn orders. Boop, 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 boop. Yay. 1. Draw. The Homeworld suffers 2 damage. Oh, on its activate. It has 9 health. Cool. So that doesn't happen yet. This one, it's at 2, so we're okay. Oh, okay, thank goodness. And I didn't draw my 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. When it comes to my turn, I usually do that. So, hey, look, Chromium Halo. I can actually use it this time. So I have all 4 slots open. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. With 2. I'm going to charge, and any player gains 1 health. I can't get any more health, so that's that. Then I'll drop my 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right there. See what happens next. It's my turn. Okay. We've got typical starter stuff. So it says deal 2 damage, the Homeworld powers up. Oop. And I will use that ability. So deal 2 damage, the Homeworld powers up. So I'm going to deal 2 damage to you, taking you down to 7. Homeworld powers up. I'm going to use that alt ability. Activate during any player's main phase. Players collectively power up 5 times. Yes, please. 1, 2, 3. Use my ability. 1, 2, 3. And then 4, 5, getting back to 2. So I've got a nice hand full of some pretty stuff, but let's continue resolving. All right, so we're going to deal 2 damage to you, taking you to 5. Homeworld gains 1 health. Deal 5 damage, which will kill you. Mooha. Ha ha ha. And then deal 1 damage to you, taking you to 38. All right, got a handful of fun. Let's see what we're going to do. Grav Hammer's going out. Repulsor is going out. Lightning Cutlass is going out. And Molecular Edge is going out. And I've got 3 energy to spend. I'm gonna charge up 1 for 2. And waste 1. Hang on to this. And 1, 2, 3, 4. I got Particle Cannon and some energy to do stuff with. But I plan to power up and draw some more cards. I'm mad. I'm mad. I'm crazy. All right, so activate. And he activates. Nope. We go to draw. We can't. Powers up to level 3. Level 3 now says... Come on. Show it. Show it. There you go. Level 3. As an instant, minions in play gain 4 health. Nope. No minions in play. And when it activates the artillery, oh god, the track goes up by 2, but look at that bottom. Minions enter with +8 health. I'm going to die. Okay. So, then we shuffle this. And we redraw. So if it levels up again, we lose. I've put decent damage on it, right? It's almost halfway dead. I'm doing okay. So oh god. Okay, so so 13 health, huh? 13 health. Sweet. 8 plus 5. Cool. The best I can do is 4, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 damage to it. Cool. Then we pull one of these. Frostbiter. Any player discards a card from their hand and suffers 1 damage. So 1, 2. And I will discard Power Core. Okay. What just happened that did that? What just happened that made that happen? What happened to make that happen just now? Oh my god, I screwed up. He would have gone last. I didn't draw the right stinking card. I'd have been able to hit him. I am such a freaking idiot. I'm used to playing games where it's I go, then the boss goes, and it skipped my brain. Oh, God. Yep, I did that to myself, so I'll just do that. And then the last card will be me for it to make sense. Such a freaking idiot. Okay, so what are we doing? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 damage to you, taking you down to 3 health. You may return a weapon card from your discard pile to your hand. I'm going to pull the Peacekeeper. Homeworld gains a health. I power up 1, which I'll use my ability. Draw 3. And I gain a charge. Put these back where they belong. Put these back where they... Okay. Alright. Peace. Particle Cannon. Blaster. And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Finally. Okay. Finally. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Canje. Yeah, it happens. It happens. I completely forgot. I'm so used to the... I'm really used to the I go, they go mechanic. But I keep forgetting Anzen doesn't play that. Doesn't play by those rules. So sorry for that. Sorry for that skip if you saw that and fuming that I messed. Sorry about that. Okay, so who goes first? Awesome. So the let's see. 2. Well, this would have gone down to 0, then 2. 1, 2. This Homeworld suffers 2 damage. 1, 2. I'm going to die. So that is same thing, 13, I believe. 13 health for you, sir. 13 health for you. The track is not terrible. So, okay. Yeah, so you can yell at each other. I agree. You're like, what the hell are you doing? Sorry. So sorry. Alright, so it's not about the track, so it's my turn. Well, let's take care of... Gravehole's gonna die anyway. So let's do this. We're gonna hit you to kill you. With this. You may destroy a card in your hand. No, thank you. I'm gonna hit you for 6. 7 health. Then we will put down the face shield, repulsor, the blaster. And I'm gonna charge 2. Okay, so then I'm gonna hit you for 2, taking you to 5. Ooh. Oh, sorry, I didn't draw. 2, 3, 4, 5. Hit you for 5. Homeworld powers up 1. I'm gonna hit you for 2 again, knocking you down to 3. Homeworld gains 1 health. I'm gonna hit you for 1, knock you down to 2. Boom, boom, boom. Charge. Please. Please don't be the boss card. Please don't be the boss card. Don't be the boss card. Do not be the boss card. 2, 4, 5. I'm willing it. I'm believing that that is not the boss card. We've had 1 boss card come out. There's a 2 and the boss card. You are not the boss card. Yes! Yes! Okay, so I'm gonna hit you for 2 damage, killing you. And the Homeworld heals for 1. So I gotta believe it. And then I'm gonna start shooting up stuff. So I'm gonna shoot you for 3. 1, 2, 3. I gain a power up. Then I'm gonna hit you for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Before I do that, you may return a weapon from your discard pile to your hand, which I'm gonna do. Oh yeah, do that. Yeah, that's happening. That is happening. Where's my big hitter? Where are you, big hitter? Peacekeeper. Thank you. And then you go to discard. Peacekeeper, molecular, scrambler. I'm going to charge with this and use my ability to draw 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. There is my weapon attack. And I got these 2. I would have gained a health, but I'm not, so I have 2, 4, 5. 2, 4, 5. 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. 2, 4. That's it. Okay. Boom, boss turn. Raise by 2. 1, 2. We draw. Draw. The player with the most slots suffers. Dang it, I just lost. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The player with the most slots suffer 2 damage and discards a card in hand. Discard a card in hand. Suffer 2 damage. 1, 2, 3, 4. The whole world explodes in a fiery ball of death. Stupid strike. And then what would the artillery have been? The homeworld suffers 2 damage and any player suffers 1, which would have blown the place to smithereens anyway. And we lost. I was 1 away from getting the boss to half health. That's what I was. And I think I would have gotten him. How much would I gotten him should I survived? 5, 6. Well, sorry. 6, 11, 12. 16 damage I would have done to him. 16! Ah! So I'd have gotten him to 15 health. Oh boy, and it's over. Yeah, I did mess up on this because I'm so used in my head to my turn, boss turn, turn based. I completely, I missed that. I missed that entire thing, but I did make up for it by there was another boss card. I just put that boss card on top and then done it. Would that have changed the outcome? No. That would not have changed the outcome of what happened. I just screwed up. So, but that is Astro Knights for people who are interested. So close. You roll your eyes at me, Yogi. Yeah, but that is Astro Knights for people who are interested. It's a pretty cool game. In terms of what comes with, so I can show you how prototypes arrive with printed docs and lots of things. But there's the wild cards like you see before. So if you play 2-player, you use these cards. Sorry, use these cards. One and 2-player, so first person, second person for 2-handed. If you play 3-player, it's 1, 2, 3, and the wild card. You've seen all this in Aeon's End, and if you play 4-player, it's where's the 4-player card? Where's the 4th-player card? Somewhere around here. It's around here somewhere. I can't find it. So you would play 1, 2, 3, and 4 respectively, so you can play those, right? It comes with rules reference and the different homeworlds that you have on here. So I can just take all this stuff out to show you. And let me bring this down a little. So you're not looking from as far away. So there's different homeworlds like with different abilities. This one, activate during any player's main phase, deal 4 damage, then deal 2 damage. So this would have been cool, right? Quarus would have been cool, or solo possibly, but I didn't go that route. There's always New Atlantis. So activate during any player's main phase, players collectively return 2 cards from their discard pile to their hand. This is her homeworld. Activate during any player's main phase, attack with any player's weapon, increase its damage by 3, which is pretty cool. Then there's just the player reference cards. The characters that come with this, and these are their kind of starting abilities, like with Aeon's End, are Gavril. So it says activate during your main phase, deal 3 damage, increase that damage by 1 for each weapon in your discard pile. So nasty heavy hitter, probably a solo favorite. There's Zack. Activate during your main phase, attack with up to 2 or more weapons without discarding them. So I can attack and keep them in hand without discarding big hitters, right? Silas. Activate during your main phase, any player gains 5 health, so he's the healer. There is Toli. Activate during your main phase, the homeworld gains 3 health and powers up. So like Aeon's End with the Breach Mages, we've got the homeworld, the Gravehold healer, the player healer. All right, so that's what's there. And then there is Christina. Activate during your main phase, any ally gains the top weapon from any supply deck and places it on top of their deck. But it's a 5 to go up to get that. So you see it varying, right? So 5, 3, 4, 4, 4, and I think mine was a 4 as well. So those ones goes in there. Say what? Snuggle time? That's the Canje angle. And then the nemesis, or the bosses that come with the game. So this is Continua, right, that you've seen before. Continua, this is a level 8 challenge boss, so super hard, 60 health, I think. Yeah, so Furion was 60. These two are the hardest so far from what I understand. Challenge rating 8. So Lunaris, and I believe Mike from One Stop Co-op Shop played Lunaris. I know that Rolling Solo played Architect 0815, so you can see those two there. I don't know if anybody's played Continua yet. I haven't checked to see if someone played that, but I played Furion. But yeah, this character is a lot harder. And you get these sets of decks that come with them. So like, for instance, Furion has an Expert and Nightmare mode. And then you have these ones, so all this is Lunaris's deck. Then this is Continua's deck, so you get those different ones that are on there. And it says Continua on it, so you can't miss it, right? Continua. This one, like it says, the Architect Droid deck, so they're specifically stated to, wow, that Architect has like 6 levels of death. Might be somebody I don't want to play. Oh, and his one says, if you notice here for this one, especially with challenge rating, it says normal expert mode, play with this side. If you're playing on Nightmare mode, play with this side. So you get to shift those up to see what comes with them. The health tokens, like you've seen, but of course these are just prototype. There's going to be the cubes that you saw, and just kind of that's how it all aligned. I mean, that's the box, and I'm pretty sure the game's probably going to come in a box this size. But that is Astro Knights by Indie Board and Card. From what you saw, 6 levels of death. It is. But that is the game, and as you can see from the Kickstarter here, that there's this all-in pledge for $60. In today's age, where certain games cost like $235 for an all-in and $150 for just a core game, an all-in for this game is interesting that it all-in costs $60, and you get with the all-in, you get the base game and the first expansion. So there's an all-in for that. Then there's this all-in plus accessories, plus accessory pack. So this is $74. So hey, you want everything at $75 US, right? This is UX. You get everything from the all-in, and then you get this accessory pack that does something. I have no idea. It says 8. So you get 8 card dividers, 33 starter cards, and 12 dice. Oh, I don't want dice. I don't want dice. The thing that people really care about is shipping. So first of all, we say where we are. So for me, I'm in the US, so it'd be $15, $17, and $18 respectively. For my Canadian and Puerto Rican friends and community, 25, 27, 29. For my UK and EU peoples, 19, 21, 23. For my New Zealand and rest of Europe, 27. And Australia and Asia, other locations, and then the locations not listed within these lists. For the rest of the world, it gets astronomically expensive as you go. So you have to determine that, and let me just verify in the small print if VAT is included for those who have to pay VAT. So for the US, Canada, UK, and EU, we have included applicable taxes. Your rewards will be sent duty-free from your region. There will not be any additional customs charge. Outside the US, Canada, UK, and EU, we cannot guarantee customs-friendly shipping in these areas. So if you are in the US, Canada, UK, and EU, all tax is included in this price, and that sounds like it includes the VAT tax. So, but if you are outside of those regions, then they can't guarantee that those taxes, that you won't be taxed extra for it. I know, right? 1 additional copies, there's the extra cost for that stuff. But I know we all care about shipping, as you should. It's an added cost. It's like, oh, the game's only X amount of dollars. It's not only X amount of dollars, it's X amount of dollars plus shipping. So it's important, right? I mean, if you're outside of these regions, the UAE or anything, if you're outside of those locations, to the rest of the world, if you do all in, you're paying over the cost of the game for shipping. So it's something to consider. Yeah. So what is the expansion? Did you talk about it in your Kickstarter? Homeworld, new funded, milestones. There it is. The Orion System. The Orion System is an expansion that is composed entirely of daily milestone cards and is included in every pledge level. So it's not really an all-in. So then the all-in is just a neoprene mat. That's what the all-in is. It's a neoprene mat. It ain't many extra. So if you're like, well, what's included in the all-in? Oh, I see the small little box. Nope. It's a neoprene mat. So you cannot do the all-in if that's what this is. If what I'm reading here is correct. It says the Orion System is an expansion that is composed entirely of daily milestone cards and is included in every pledge level. Every single one. Shady marketing. Shady marketing. So that means that these milestones, like the new planet, the whatever this is. It's a fuel card. Another a tech card, a new boss, let's see, 2 weapon cards, some component upgrades for all the cards to get a little bit better, new weapons, new tech, new weapons, a new guardian or a new Astro Knight, component upgrades for all the bosses, and now this new fuel card of Nova Cloud, where you would say, okay, those are daily unlocks that are stretch goals along with that box. No, my friends. No. Those are things that are in that box. So you don't have to buy, and I'm calling it out because that's shady marketing right there. That is shady marketing. You don't have to buy the all-in to get this. You get this no matter what, which means which means the game is $40. That's what that means to me. So you pay $40 and you get everything. If you pay $60, you get a neoprene mat. And if you pay $75, it's kind of not cool they did that. And if you pay $75, you get card dividers and dice. You get 8 card dividers, which you can print yourself. Just letting you know that. 33 starter cards. I mean, you're gonna get the starter cards that come with the game. I assume the starter cards mean like these, right? Where it's okay, I want to build this with this person, and I in this game you should get enough to play 4-player. If you don't, that's a problem. But you get 8 card dividers, starters, but the card dividers and dice. And it's not cool dice, it's just dice. So honestly, I would be remiss if I did not caution you after just looking through this and reading, because I was like, okay, well, what comes in this thing is that if you just want the game and you don't give 2 craps about neoprene, you will spend $40. So $40, you get everything Astro Knights. $40, you get everything Astro Knights. Everything. Unlock stretch goals, whatever's in that box, the Orion system, all that stuff, because those are milestone rewards. So all milestone rewards are included as per this text right here. Enough for pre-built decks, which is what you should get. If I include the shipping costs, I might as well just buy a retail Aeon's End box I don't have. Right. So if you say, okay, well, I just want it, it's $40, and then we go down here to this handy dandy thing, and so it's $55 for me just to get all the content of Astro Knights. Did I pledge this game? Let's get to the heart of that. No, I did not. I did not pledge it only because Pac-Man he has everything Aeon's End, which means he's gonna pick up Astro Knights and I can play with him. So no, I did not pledge this game. Not because it's bad. I think it's fun. I think it's a good challenge. It's just one of my buddies who lives local has it. So I don't need to get it. He'll get it, we'll play it, be good. Yeah. So it's just keep that in mind. If you're in Canada, right, you're gonna pay $65. So just keep that in mind. And if you want to save on shipping, and it sounds like, let me see if that's an important thing. It sounds like this game will come to retail. There's nothing on here that says the only thing you won't get from retail, and I will say this as a precaution, not to incite FOMO, but the Astro Knights, the Orion system, is an expansion that comes with the Kickstarter stuff. Now, if your flag store, if your favorite local game store does get that in, then buy it and you have it all. But if they only have a limited supply of what they get in from here from what they pledge, then you do have the chance of not getting everything if you don't get it here. So that's not to incite FOMO, that's just to say, if you're like, now wait for it to come to retail, just realize that if you wait for it to come to retail, you may not get the Orion system stuff. May not get the Orion system stuff. So keep that into consideration as you think about it. Weak milestones. The milestones are okay. I mean, here's the reason why I think this milestone is the way it is. And let me pull this up so you can see. BGG Aeon's End. And we'll pull up Aeon's End on BGG. I think this is the reason why. So on Aeon's End, up here at the lovely top, Aeon's End, which came out in 2016, says it re-implemented the original Astro Knights. But of course, we're in an endless loop of clicking, should we do this? Because then that'll re-implement Aeon's End, which re-implements Astro Knights, which re-implements Aeon's End, which re-implements Astro Knights. I believe what's happening is you're seeing a re-release of a game that's already been out. So there's nothing new, right? Aeon's End is the child that drives this bad boy. And since there's nothing new, the milestones aren't going to be super huge. The only good thing is that they tend to ship their Kickstarters very quickly and on schedules, so this would totally ship to you in 2022. They always offer all previous promos exclusives in the next Kickstarter as add-ons, so you can always choose to get them later. That's true as well. It's just something to keep in mind. Let's see. Yeah, this just goes to the Kickstarter. So if we go to, and let me see if I can go to Indie Board Cards. Indie Boards and Cards. Go to their website. Come on, load up. Okay. What a website. Alright, so if we go to games, I think they've probably wiped everything from the old Kickstarter out. I don't think we'll see it. I mean, people have played Flashpoint, Coup, and the Resistance. I've played those. I didn't like Resistance and Coup because I don't like playing against. I don't like competitive too much. Unless it's fun competitive. Let's see. Yeah, it looks like they wiped all signs of the old one off. So you can't really see. So the old one's gone, and they're releasing this new one, basically. Anyway, I think, personally, I'm not going to back it because I know somebody who is, and I can play their copy of it, so I won't. I want to thank Mike for sending me this so I can try it out. I think it's a lot of fun. It's exactly like Aeon's End in space with a quick, faster setup, faster teardown. That's its positive for me. Faster setup, faster teardown. Quick play type of stuff. And I think that's it. My honest opinion is if I were to do this, I would probably wait and get it at retail. That's my honest opinion. But that is up to you if that's what if you would like to get it now, get it now. Buy it now. The Kickstarter is doing super well. It's definitely funded. There's 2,528 people who think the game looks amazingly awesome, and because they love Aeon's End, they're going to give it a shot. So try it out and see how it goes. Okay. All right. So that was Astro Knights with a few mistakes. It happens. Correction. Thank you, Yogi. Not Yogi. Sorry, Kazumi. Thank you, Kazumi, for correcting me on the health of the monsters on the bullet point. Kind of brutal that they go above health, but it's what it is. It plays to the tone of the game, and therefore I don't have a problem. It's fine. It doesn't. It's a re-implemented by Astro Knights. Re-implements Aeon's End. They added by. Yeah, but I believe Astro Knights came first. Then Aeon's End came, and now they're redoing Astro Knights. But yeah, that's how it sets up. Have you heard about Reclands? Yes, I have. I have backed Reclands. I'm a huge fan of I'm a huge fan of the solo series from Renegade Games. I have Proving Grounds, I have Warp's Edge, and I will have Reclands. I did back that. I did get that. I will be playing it because I love their solo series. There are other games are hit or miss for me, but the solo series, every single like both of them have been fantastic so far. So I am definitely interested in it. It said what? Astro Knights is brand new. Somebody told me Astro Knights was a re-implementation. Let me see. Astro Knights. Or Aeons. Back or brick? Jeez. You are correct. I stand corrected. Astro Knights is brand new. I read somewhere that it was like it came first and then Aeon's End came in, but you're alright. Yeah, whatever. The point is, the game is available. Yes, I made a mistake. Astro Knights is brand new. If it's brand new, then the thing that bugs me is they should be offering more to it, because if it's a re-implemented game, I would have been like, okay, they just have a set amount of content before they shifted to Aeon's End, so it's not a big deal. But it's a brand new game. Why are you not offering more? I mean, even in Aeon's End, the first game came with more. So, yeah. But anyway, that is it. That's all I got. Yes, but Wreckland's run is part of my jam. I have backed that. I stand corrected. I was wrong. I think they're doing a cheaper and easier game. Get people more. I don't know. Maybe. I don't like the artwork. I mean, the artwork in Astro Knights is like the artwork in Aeon's End. If you bought the first Aeon's End, that artwork sucked. I mean, but I can't draw that well, so I can't say it's I can do better. It's just more it wasn't good. And when I first saw the first Kickstarter for Aeon's End, I think it was an expansion because I wasn't in board gaming at the time when the game first came out. But when I looked at an expansion, I was like, I don't want to back that because I don't like how the art looked. And I missed out on Aeon's End being an amazing game. It's an amazing game. So I think as the game progressed on, the artwork got better to what you see today. But to me, what I see today in Aeon's End looks like Astro Knights artwork. It's the same type to me. I don't know. Maybe you would disagree and you would say, no, Aeon's End artwork's way better. But it wasn't for me. You had the smaller expansion Aeon's End that are not available here, but I think the amount of mages Nemesis are about the same as the core box. The amount of content for Aeon's End is huge now, even consolidated. I own everything, and it takes 6 boxes to fit it all. Oh, the artwork in V1 Aeon's End is garbage. Like I said, I don't think I was in board gaming when V1 came out, but I know Pac-Man has he has all of it, and he had V1, and I was like, and when I saw the Kickstarter, I can't remember which one it was for. But I saw the art and I was like, I'm not interested in this game because the art doesn't look good. But I missed out on a really great deck builder. And so when Pac-Man had me play the game, I was like, yeah, this art looks trash. He was like, play the game. I love the game. I thought it was great, so I fell in love with the mechanics. The art never sunk in. And then as it built on, it was that. What did I do wrong now? Morning all, watching this while doing some ironing. Hopefully it will be suitably turn my brain to much direction. Yeah, so but that was pretty much it. Like I said, if you backed it, I'm not knocking for it. Enjoy the game. It's fun. You saw me play through. I'm challenged to want to beat Furion. I just don't need to back it because Pac-Man's backing it. So he and I will meet up and play and have a good time, and I'll enjoy the game because he has it. But if you enjoy it, buy it, get it, love it. What is coming next? Okay, so I was gonna play Familiar Tales on Monday, but I'm playtesting another game for a designer, so I can't do that. Tuesday is Unsettled. I'm trying to get through the last 2 planets to be, move that along. But I may shift it to play Familiar Tales. I think I'm gonna shift Tuesdays from Unsettled to Familiar Tales, so we can all play that together. Because I painted some of Familiar Tales. I'm looking at it because the box is right there. I painted some of only the fox Blaze from Familiar Tales, but I think I'm going to give it a shot to play that one. Just get the first one on, and then I'll bring it back after I paint all the minis. Well, all the hero minis, so we can see what that looks like. I just wanted to get a feel for what the art style would have been like. Then so I think I might switch Tuesday to play that. Then Thursday, Pac-Man, Steven, and I'll be back to play a legacy game of, and I say legacy only is because it's an older game. Games that people have had on their shelves for years or cycled out of their shelves, their shelf system, or see in a local game store all the time, or in Target or in Walmart or wherever it is, in Meijer, wherever you go to do your shopping. This we'll be playing one of those games, and I think we're gonna give Pandemic a try. But I don't know yet. I don't know. I gotta talk to them and see what they want to do. Then Sunday, I'll play some. We'll see. We'll see. Sunday, I might move Unsettled to Sunday and play Familiar Tales on Tuesday. So I might do that. Retro Thursday. So we'll get into it and try it out. But yeah, Retro Thursday. So we'll be playing games. So we may be playing Base Pandemic for that one to see how it goes. And there's other stuff coming too. Looking around me, I saw it there. I saw it the other day. Oh, there it is. Great Wall's coming. Genotype's coming. And The Ghost Betwixt is coming. And I got a gift a long, long time ago from Hans that I have not opened yet, and that is Tapestry. And I'm gonna play Tapestry. I need to play it. It's still sitting there. I have not even opened it, and I got it as a gift. Hans won a contest, and he was like, "Hey, does anybody want Tapestry?" I was like, "That sounds like a pretty cool game. I'll take it." He just sent it to me, which was fantastic. So I'm gonna play Tapestry. So more stuff is coming. Yeah. Yep. Base Pandemic. Yeah. So we're gonna be playing Base Pandemic to see how it goes. But it'll be fun. It'll be fun. Like always, I make mistakes on the stuff, but I have you all to help out. So don't think I'm upset or mad about it or like, oh shoot. Nah, I made a mistake. It's all right. And Kazumi is awesome. He always helps me make sure that I'm playing it proper. So I appreciate you. Don't ever stop, sir. Don't you ever stop. Correct me when I'm wrong. And that's all I really got. So thank you so much, everybody, for joining in. I appreciate it. And I'll leave you to enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. So I will see you all Tuesday, and we'll get into some Familiar Tales and have a lot of fun to see what that's like. Till then, enjoy your Sunday, enjoy the rest of your weekend, and 2022, get out and play some board games. And I'll see you all later. Insert comment here. See y'all. Bye.